We'll count. I wish I had one of those little dinger things and we would count how many times your dog barks on the show today.
Because I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. And it's probably going to be at a very inopportune time, and we're just going to have to roll with it.
Well, I think we're all just trying to survive.
I mean, we put up with worse before, right?
Sure.
If you can put up with me and I can put up with you, we can put up with some Parton dogs.
Since when did we worry about this show being professional?
Since when?
Are we going to start today?
No, we're not going to start anything new today. Today is about survival.
The last day on Earth is what we're going to worry about? Hey, everybody. Welcome into Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Thursday, February the 3rd, 2022. This is show number 142 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. Yeah, we are. I mean, we apologized enough. At this point, it's kind of on them. That is Janet Clark, community fanatic. You may not recognize her. She is in her Hollywood incognito outfit today.
Hey, I'm promoting today. Wasn't a very good look. There you
go. Oh gosh. Well, welcome to Ice Mageddon. Whatever you want to call it. Our friend.
Is it really going to be?
I'm hoping they're wrong. Now, George Herbig with the Weather Now Kentucky. I talked to him yesterday. We did a nice interview, and I actually talked to Sarah Fellows with Nolan RECC, videos at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. George, they missed the forecast not too long ago on an event, and George apologized for it, just like a lot of meteorologists just did. It was just, there was dry air.
Yeah.
They hope they missed this one, but there's not a very good chance at all they miss with this one. We're gonna get some ice and potentially could have some issues.
Yeah. So if you can stay home, because more people out causes more stuff when the roads do get bad or when people have to go out to their jobs. So if you can stay home. But if you have to go out, just be so careful.
I went over to the office early this morning to drop off coffee beans. So just in case somebody were to work, we were on the low side of that. So not able to, if they, we're going to go in, I want them to make sure they're caffeinated. Roads pretty much empty. A lot of folks, I think, are staying home today.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah. So you and your crew at home?
Well, I have 2 teenagers asleep upstairs, and I was going to wake them up, but then they would get on their computers, and I was afraid I wouldn't have a good connection. So they get to sleep until at least the show's over. I have a husband working in the basement, and I have 2 dogs that are sleeping right now. But we'll see if anything happens. They even bark at like the wind. So as the rain gets a little stronger and it gets windy out there, I suspect you're all going to hear them.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. So I watched Ryan and Kelly the other day on TV behind me here in the office.
I still call them Regis and Kathy.
We're really showing our age with that. So was watching them the other day. You know what? I think we do okay.
I know, like, when are they going to call us to sub?
I don't think they want us to sub because we would do, I think, a really good job. And then how many people around the country actually want to know about Hardin County?
That's true. Because that's what we really care about. So,
right. But I watch, Kelly, she's just like, oh, this is so tough.
She's very dramatic, isn't she?
Very dramatic. And they always talk about what they did the night before.
Yeah.
So last night, Jana, I was out with some compadres, coworkers, friends, having a post-work meeting at JR Neighbors in downtown Elizabethtown. And I came across quite a few people, but who did I see first and foremost? Mitch Clark.
Did you see Mitch before you saw me?
No, actually, I saw you, but I've just mentioned Mitch.
So here's how this went down. When I think I might be stuck at home for any period of time, I have to find an excuse to go out. So I walked in from work and I said, would you like to take me to dinner? Because we're going to be stuck at home maybe for a couple days. And he goes, what? Sure. And I was like, okay, let's go. And I was ready to walk out the door in like 5 seconds. We dropped Will off at lacrosse practice. And then I said, well, where do you want to go? And he goes, I don't know. Where do you want to go? I go, JR Neighbors. It was almost like I was trying to give him an opportunity to say something. And instead I just had it all planned out in my head.
Uh-huh.
But it was fun. We had a great night. It was very impromptu, fabulous place. Like they never disappoint, right? And we sat at the bar. I love to sit at the bar and eat dinner.
So what'd you have? What'd you go with?
You're going to laugh at me. I said, I don't really want, like, I just want to try all their appetizers again because I just like to. So we had spicy fried pickles, the pimento cheese with the fried green tomatoes, and deviled eggs.
Okay.
Like that's what I mean. Like, and Mitch helped me eat it. And then he had a burger.
Okay. What burger did he get?
Oh no, he got the bison.
Okay. I've heard a lot of good things about that. By the way, if you're watching, I can't see your comments on here for whatever reason. It's glitchy today. So, we apologize.
It's iced over.
I've heard great things about the bison. I always go for this.
Delicious.
I go for the Southern Belle, which is the one with the fried green tomato and pimento cheese on top.
Yep.
This time I said, no, I'm not.
Branching out.
I did. I branched out. I went with the blue cheeseburger.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. It was really good. Now I've got an issue when I go back.
No, no, you don't. You just keep moving through, and then you just rotate the whole menu.
I always say I'm going to do that. Mexican restaurants, we go there. I end up with nachos fajitas. One day I ordered something different. Blew Jennifer's mind.
That's so funny.
And now I can't remember what I ordered, but whatever it was, that'll be my two things there. So I branched out to two at JR Neighbors, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, I understand. So, I mean, you have to, if you know what you like, you know what you like, right?
And if you have not seen anybody in a while, go to JR Neighbors.
They're all there.
Oh my gosh. Every time I go, I feel like I got to make the rounds because half the people in the restaurant.
So listen, this is not a lie. We sat down at the bar and we started getting texts from people that were in the restaurant saying, stop by to say hi. Just saw you guys walk in. Stop by to say hi. And it's just like, I feel like I'm being punked or something. Like everybody's texting me.
Yeah. So it was good. It was a fun time.
Super fun place. So convenient.
So today is going to get interesting as we do this. I think we're going to start seeing this rain changing over. So let's hit them with their bacon in the mailbox weather forecast for today.
Oh yeah, let's hit it.
Rain changing to ice. I was going to put vanilla ice in that graphic, but I just decided to 34 already at the high for today. Sleet, freezing rain tonight, 21. Couple of morning flurries, clouds tomorrow, 28. It's going to be ugly. I've seen everywhere from 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch of ice potential for our area.
So it's not even going to get above freezing tomorrow?
Mm-mm.
That's not good news.
No. I mean, we went from 50 some odd degrees early in the day yesterday and it dropped all the way down.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Another update.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You ready for this update?
Yeah.
Good morning, Greg.
Oh my gosh, play it again.
I mean, can we seriously admit how
Good morning, Greg.
He's like a man now.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that goatee.
He's also so tall and looks so grown up.
I know it happened so quick. Here, we'll play the original version.
Good morning. Yay! Good morning, Greg.
I mean, that Carter and that Carter are the same Carter.
Gosh.
How cool is that?
His mama.
So, I'm going to get him to update it again. He needs to add Jana. It's not all about Greg.
Oh, no. Listen, he loves him some Greg. It's fine. But I am so impressed with him. Carter might be president someday.
I think so. I mean, he really knows how to work the room.
Oh, no.
I bet you if he went to JR Neighbors, he wouldn't get to eat. He'd spend all of his time walking around.
That's so true. He'd have to just sit in the middle and let the world revolve around him and bow to his a VIPness, but that's fabulous. I'm so glad you shared that today. That made my day.
Yeah. So love Carter. All right. This will make your day. It's funny as we get ready for the impending Ice Mageddon, the icicles of doom, the frozen water of doom, whatever. Today's the halfway point of winter.
Oh, good. Let's get on the other side of that hill.
Yeah. So exactly the halfway point. And what Puxatawny Phil yesterday said, we get 6 more weeks of winter. Is that what it is?
What does he know?
I don't know. That I still think that's funny that we put all of our, well, some people put so much faith in a rodent picking how the weather's going to work.
I have heard that groundhog is revered to the point, kind of like we revere our racehorses. Like apparently it's a very big deal, and it's a major tourism draw for them. So I might need to go out and find me a groundhog around here. I don't know.
Well, or you could be like that New Jersey town they had, where they have Puxatawny Phil in Pennsylvania. Well, in New Jersey, they had Mel, I think was the groundhog's name.
Interesting.
He died on February the 1st.
You know what? I did hear that.
Man.
But isn't there like a bloodline there? Like the bulldog at University of Georgia, they're on like UGA 9 or whatever. I mean, there's got to be somebody in that family that can carry on the groundhog tradition.
There has to be. Well, Dick Freimeyer, you remember Dick Freimeyer from Meade County?
No.
Dick Freimeyer had all kinds of weather folklore. Now he's passed away now and his son's doing all this stuff. Dick Freimeyer had a weather forecasting rooster. Well, he's the one that you could talk about the woolly worms and I mean, we had him on the radio one time and that dude, I mean, people would call me like, hey, I've got a cold. What do I do? Well, what you got to do is you got to take a toenail off of a chicken and you got to boil it for 15 minutes and then add 3 drops of rat poop, whatever. That's not an official thing, but he had a weather forecasting rooster. Yeah. His rooster, he said, could predict the weather. Well, the rooster got run over and killed, but he just happened to have a offspring of that said rooster.
Here's Junior.
We need something. I don't think Daisy can predict the weather.
We need something.
So
we need something. I'll work on that.
Don't go with the groundhog. That's been done.
I know. Like we need to do something original.
We've got geese at Freeman Lake. I mean,
we do have plenty of that.
We could potentially go there. What would we pick?
I don't know. I think it would have to be a sweet little puppy.
Yeah, but that's done.
I know.
Gotta be unique. We'll have to think about that. If only our comments were working here, we'd be able to. I'm sure people are really hitting us with some good stuff on that.
Well, so that can just be people's homework, and we'll get caught up on that again because it's definitely a conversation worth revisiting. If we could come up with the E-Town version of Puxatawny Phil.
Yeah, it'd have to be like down in Miami. I would say peacocks because in Miami right now they've got an issue with peacocks.
There are too many of them.
They've got way too many peacocks, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do to get rid of all these peacocks.
Wow.
So
peacock's been busy, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about that. You put those feathers on like that.
I mean, they are kind of fancy.
Those girl peacocks are like, whoa.
Look at that cock.
Look at those feathers. Look at the feathers on that guy.
So wait, isn't there some deal that those are actually the male peacocks, or do I have it reversed?
I don't know. I've not watched that show on the Animal
limited
Planet.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
I have limited knowledge. I should never have said that. I'll get blasted for that later.
So I went to St. James the other day. They had a community breakfast.
Oh, yay.
And they invited me to come because a couple of the 8th grade students were interested in broadcasting. So I go to the breakfast and we're sitting there talking and I told them, I said, do you like to read? And the girl's like, yeah. I go, well, do you like to read short amounts of things? I said, because what you have to do is you have to do research on useless stuff, store it away because you never know when you're going to use it.
You never know.
Now, I could have used this show as an example of, hey, you know what? I probably should have at some point done some research on peacocks, so I would have been a subject expert. But no, I didn't.
No.
So
Well, that came out of nowhere. Like that was not planned. What was planned? Wait, did we have any plans? We didn't have any plans.
Not really.
Did you know that yesterday was National Tater Tot Day? So my husband ordered tater tots at JR Neighbors.
We had them too. The loaded tots, or
no,
just regular tots?
Just straight up. But he told me it was National Tater Tot Day, and I was like, "You sound like a Facebook Live host."
I don't know if it was Tater Tot Day or not. He might have been fibbing to you. Now it was 2/22, and everybody was, it's all twos. Blah, blah. I didn't get pumped up about that.
Yeah.
There's another one coming.
When?
February 22nd.
Oh.
Is 2/22/22. Here's what makes that one even better than the one yesterday. And we should put all the hype behind it. It's on a Tuesday.
Woohoo.
So that's why on the radio show yesterday I didn't mention the 2/22.
I'm not wasting my comments on that little 2/22 thing. We're waiting for the big one.
The 2/22/22 on a Tuesday.
I can't wait.
2:00 or maybe 2:22. I'll mention that.
Even better. Even better.
Or maybe in the 2:00 hour on 2/22/22, I'll mention it 2 times.
Or 22 times. I mean, come on.
Right. Let's just go ahead and drive them nuts. So, other thing. Oh, something else driving me nuts. What do you think about the Washington football team and their new name?
Oh, so interesting. I thought it was funny that some helicopter flew in the night before and took a picture of it and leaked it early. But I also think that might have been planned. So I'm very suspicious of that action because I think people wanted that to happen. I wasn't a huge fan to start with, and I'm also not one that thinks everybody should change their name to try to please everybody. But I'm okay with Is it Commanders, right?
It is the Washington Commanders, yes.
Washington Commanders. So the first thing I thought of, a lot of people are going to make jokes about going commando.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as I've gotten.
And they'll maybe do that. I hate that they didn't use mine. I said the Washington Georges. Why not?
Oh, that's hysterical. That would be good. I think I will tell you that I think the pickings are probably slim to choose a mascot that is appropriate and on every which way you look at it or slice it. So I don't envy those that have that challenge, but I think I can get behind Commanders. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
it will be a limited exposure for me. Like if I live there, I would probably care more, or if they were my team, or if I had, you know what I mean? But I don't really have a dog in that fight.
Yeah, just stick with the Titans. We don't have to worry about much. We're done.
Speaking of, who are you going to be for in the Super Bowl?
I don't have a loser in that game. You know, the Bengals, because you do have the Bengal fans around here. But I told you from week 1, after the Titans lost, I was going with the Rams.
I know.
I'm not against the Bengals, but I'm just kind of cheering for the Rams because Matthew Stafford, I think, was not Joe Burrows and that crew. I mean, they've won on the road and they'll win the Super Bowl on the road. So they would deserve it. What about you?
So I have, I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan as a kid. And then moving here, I've always loved watching, because it's always on, the Colts, the Bengals, and the Titans. So I just like to, I like to watch them, and I know a lot of Bengals fans. Actually, I think I knew a lot of Bengals fans before. No doubt I'm friends with some bandwagoners now, but I can get behind it. I would love to see the Bengals win the Super Bowl. So I think I might be cheering for the Bengals.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to say the Titans, but you know.
I loved watching Joe Burrow play in college. I think I think he's really good. We'll see. It'll be a good game. But listen, reminder, the Super Bowl is not this Sunday. And you might wonder why I'm sharing that with you, because there is a bowl that is this Sunday. In my family, it's called the Stupid Bowl, because one year there was a Super Bowl party planned for this Sunday. The names will not be shared because that's embarrassing. So now Amongst those who are aware of it, we call this Sunday the Stupid Bowl. And we kind of celebrate it.
Well, you should.
It's a week from Sunday. They take a week off.
Mm-hmm. They got to fit the Pro Bowl in there.
That's right. It's the Stupid Bowl.
Where they don't even tackle each other.
Don't show up for a party at this person's house on that Sunday. Because people will make fun of you forever. Don't do it.
That's funny.
I would never do that.
No. You would never do that. Never, ever.
Never.
So, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching. Do you and Mitch have plans? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Do you have a requirement of what somebody has to spend on a gift?
Yeah.
Do you buy gifts?
We're going to draw names. I'm going to draw my name and he's going to draw his.
You're going to buy you're going to buy yourself a gift.
I will tell you, the last few years we have gone to lunch together that day if it falls during the week, because we never get to go to lunch together. One year we went to lunch together and we went to Target to do a little shopping. I don't know. We don't really have anything planned this year. We'll figure something out.
Okay. We don't either.
Yeah.
Jennifer and I, we don't really buy each other. I'm not going to fall for the roses thing. No offense to our florist friends. I'm just not going to spend that amount of money on roses because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Do it later, just because. It'll just mean so much more.
Right.
Don't do it because everybody else is
If you're doing this marriage thing right, Valentine's Day is just another day.
That's true.
You're busting out the love all the time. Be like, hey, baby.
All the time. You don't just wait for some Hallmark holiday. That's what my dad calls them. It's a Hallmark holiday.
I agree. I used to make the people over at the card store mad because I'm anti-card.
Well, now I can go both. There are some people in my life that I buy cards for, and there are other people that I'm anti-card with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just think it's somebody else is writing your stuff for you. In school, you would get in trouble for plagiarism.
Yeah. But so does that mean you write your own notes or do you just not do it?
I don't do it because I'm not going to spend the $6 or $7 for a card. Or if you get one on a discount thing, you look at it and goes, yeah, that kind of thing looks like something I would say. But then you write.
I mean, do you, instead of buying a card, do you write your own message without a card, just like a note?
Sometimes I've done a mixtape before.
Ooh, of course you have.
Oh yeah. And I wrote out and as I wrote it out, you got the lyrics of songs, and that's when they were supposed to hit the button on the CD.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, I worked that one up. I mean, that was a lot of work. So, but you can only go to the well one time with that. Now, maybe down the road I can, but then I would look really dumb because, well, let's just be honest. How many people are using their CDs now?
It's true. It's very true.
So anyway, maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to go old school and make my own card with the heart and cut it out and do all that.
Make some notes. Just write a little something on a Post-it and leave it. I'm telling you.
Not against it.
Just a sweet thought.
Yeah.
Makes a world of difference.
Maybe next week we'll have a special of Bacon in Your Mailbox. And maybe we'll work
every week special.
Every week special, but we'll make a specialer.
Specialer. Do a little Valentine edition, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it would be maybe Valentine's Day. Everybody wants something cute, right? Maybe we'll go to that cute little shop and do our show.
Do you think they would let us?
She was like, for those that didn't know, Janet was supposed to be gone today.
Yeah.
But so Ice Mageddon has, shut everything down. So Janet's here. So I was actually going to do the show at the cute little shop this morning.
Oh, so the cute little shop girl, Kristen's probably mad at me.
No, she's fine. I'm sure she didn't want to get out of bed today.
That's funny. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll make it up to her sometime. That's fun.
Yeah. So we'll give them a shot of that next week.
Okay.
If you're looking to buy Mitch something special, you could go you could do what Jeff Bezos did. You could buy a mega yacht.
I mean, if I'm buying one, I may as well buy him two.
This is the crazy story here of people that have way too much money. We know Jeff Bezos has more money than,
Right.
And you at some point feel that you can just do whatever needs to be done to make your life ever how you want it to be.
Completely.
So Jeff Bezos has this new yacht. It's a super yacht, a mega yacht, actually. It's so big that it will not make it out to sea unless a Dutch city removes part of a historic bridge.
Oh, because it was built in a place and now it's too big to tour around.
Too big to even get out of where they built it. 417-foot vessel currently being built in the Netherlands. Once finished, it will need to pass through Rotterdam in order to reach the ocean. The problem is it has 3 masts, and the masts are too tall to pass underneath this bridge, despite the clearance being over 131 feet. So,
if it's not one Rotterdam, it's another.
So I guess he's pledged to fix it.
Is he going to fix the boat, or is he going to start tearing down bridges?
The spokesman for the city said they will not be paying for the cost of dismantling the bridge and reassembling it. The the shipbuilder will pay for it, which means Jeff Bezos will pay for it. So the yacht is predicted to cost $500 million.
For a boat.
For a boat.
A nice boat, but a boat.
Yeah. I guess if you got it, you got it.
Listen, just so you know, I'm going to choose to spend my first $500 billion on something else. I'll let you know later.
We got to buy a ticket first.
Right.
Yeah. So Winter
That's
Olympics.
No problem. You can't win if you don't play.
Winter Olympics. Changing topics on you. Winter Olympics.
I cannot wait.
Opening ceremonies are tomorrow.
Oh, no, they've already happened.
I think the opening ceremonies are tomorrow. But events are already underway.
Oh, you're right, because they play events before the ceremony. So really, I'm sorry. You're probably right.
So, like, I've got it in front of me. Tonight, there is men's and women's moguls and freestyle skiing, men's short track program, rhythm dance events, and the team competition in figure skating and more. So
I will watch the weather and the Olympics this evening.
Bring on the curling.
I mean, start sweeping.
And we may be getting to the point where we'll be able to do curling here.
Listen, bring some rocks inside, set them by the back door, and then tomorrow you can go out and then sweep them down the sidewalk. It'll be just like Beijing.
I would love to do curling.
I've done that before. Have we had this discussion?
We have, and you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Not easy. Not easy.
I've heard it's not easy, but but what I love about curling is apparently there are certain rules in curling, unlike football and baseball. Baseball, there's unwritten rules.
Yeah.
That you have. Curling, good sportsmanship and politeness is essential. It is part of the rules. The unwritten rules is that congratulating opponents and abstaining from trash talk are part of what's known as the spirit of curling.
It is. So it's the culture of really the sport in general. And I'm sure there's a great story behind why that's the case, but it is very calm and quiet as opposed to loud and rah and competitive. Even like golf's the same way until somebody hits it off the tee and then people can cheer, right? Curling, you don't do that at all. You clap a little at the end. But they are very nice to each other.
What I like about it is even when you lose, you win, because in curling, the winning teams are also known for buying the losing team a round of drinks after the games.
There you go.
So
I love that.
Win even when you lose.
That's a tradition I can get behind, because I probably wouldn't win very much.
No, I think I would be pretty good at it. And then, then you find out you're not as good at it because it looks easy on TV. A lot of that stuff does.
Right. I know. I do. It's more difficult. And the stone, I almost said brick. It's the stone. It's heavy. Like it's a serious, it's a serious stone. Like it's super heavy and really cold. Like if you put your hand on it, it feels like it's solid ice, even though it's a stone.
I'm sure that helps with the gliding of it. And there's a science to that. I think a lot of people like curling because it's a lazy sport. In the realm of sports, yeah, I mean, you're just kind of there. I mean, outside of the broom,
yeah,
but the brushing, it's somewhat of a lazy sport. And let's just be honest, we like lazy things now.
Well, that's true. And it's all about form and muscle memory, really. I mean, there's a whole lot of strategy behind getting that stone to do. So I don't really know what the workout regimen is for curlers, but definitely from a out of breath standpoint, heart rate up standpoint, their heart rate's up because of competition and stress, probably not because of lung capacity in and out. But yeah.
I mean, just thinking how lazy we are. I mean, that would be a great sport. Like, I like to play cornhole.
Me too.
That's a pretty lazy sport. I mean, you do walk from one end to the other, but I think that's why we like it. It's because it's just, you can have a casual conversation, have a drink. I mean, your arm may get tired if you play for a few hours.
Yep. That's so funny.
But it's a lazy sport.
It's true. Very true.
And I think it exists because it's a lazy sport.
And conversational. Like you can do other stuff while you're playing it. Like bocce at the beach. Lazy sport. Very
lazy sport.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that exist because we are lazy.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you've seen this. I've not purchased it, but I've seen it in the store. Peanut butter that already has the jelly in the jar.
See, that kind of is gross to me.
That's lazy.
It is.
That is.
I don't know how good that is going to taste. Like, no.
That's a bad idea.
Can you imagine what that's like by the time you get to the bottom of it after you've swirled it all together and it looks like mud?
No, you're supposed to, the peanut butter goes on, then the jelly goes on top. It's supposed to be layered, not all jumbled up. That's just lazy.
Agreed.
People are buying it, and that's why it's still on the shelves, because we're lazy.
Whoever's buying it, stop.
And I'm not judging anybody for having these, because I would like to have this.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, we're judging. The Roomba. You got a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
That does it for you.
Yes. Let me tell you about my Roomba. We bought one. It was like Christmas a couple of years ago. And we have all hardwoods and some rugs. And so we got one that said it will do rugs and hardwood floors. I mean, this thing's magic, right? It's going to save us tons of time having to vacuum. And it got stuck under every piece of furniture we own, even things that we didn't even think about. And so it became a game. You come home and the first person to find the Roomba. And so we gave it away.
See, because you couldn't be lazy. You had to work.
It didn't work. It didn't save me anything at all.
And I'm not judging if you got one. Just saying.
Oh, it's so funny.
Dishwashers.
Oh, I run mine almost every day.
Well, it's a lazy thing.
It's true.
Okay. And here at the house, the Milby kids, when they're washing dishes, if the dishwasher was broke, they'd be like, "Oh no, what do I do? Wash the dishes."
Soap and water.
Yeah. Escalators and those moving pathways at the airport.
That's true.
That is lazy. Hey, you know what? I can't walk these stairs. Let's just have the stairs move for us.
But when you walk on a moving sidewalk, I feel so powerful. I'm like, look how fast I'm walking.
Because you don't stand there.
Heavens no.
No.
Because I like to, it just helps me get to the end faster. And I like the idea of like, just, this is how fast I'm walking.
Because that's exactly why they designed it. It wasn't, you know what, just in case you're tired of walking through the airport, you can just kind of ride. Right. No, it's, people are like, oh, I can run almost like I'm running without running and and having to breathe hard.
That's very, very true. And they're not really that long.
Lazy.
So it's long enough to build up enough momentum that when you walk off that thing, you're like, What? Now I don't know how to walk.
You have that gait like you're a horse, you know. Escalators, yeah, that's that whole deal of, I just can't walk up these steps.
Oh,
anyway, don't get me wrong. You got my choice of steps or an escalator. I'm going with the escalator.
Especially if I'm carrying anything. Forget airports. I always use escalators because I usually have a bag.
The biggest example of laziness.
Yeah.
The drive-through.
Yeah.
We couldn't even go in anymore. We had to drive through. Now, it's not even the drive-through that makes it this lazy. We're too lazy to even spell it correctly.
Oh, we order by number?
No.
Oh, to spell drive-through because it's
THRU. We don't spell.
We're saving a few letters.
I can't put the rest of the letters in.
I'm going to run out of paint. We'll just use the U.
I really do think that somebody went into a time machine and went forward when they created the movie WALL-E.
Wow.
Because think about the people in that movie. They're in like a cart riding everywhere. Things feed them, that kind of stuff. I mean, they just drink like shakes. What are we doing now? Nutritional shakes, all that stuff. I think we're getting that way.
I'm ready for my cool little hoverboard. I'm going to call me George Jetson and get me a little scooter around.
So yesterday, you just said George Jetson. The younger folks don't even understand what you're talking about. Even some of that stuff's in the past for us.
It's true.
We had that discussion in the office yesterday. I was talking about middle school and high school and talking about IOU sweatshirts.
Yep.
Most of the people in the office had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh, I do.
And they're like, "What's that?" I go, "What did you like? Did you had to like? Was it an IOU?" No, it's the brand was an IOU sweatshirt, and
right.
It wasn't if you wore an IOU sweatshirt; it was what color you were wearing.
Now I don't remember what were the meaning of the colors though?
It was just different colors. I mean, you didn't. I mean, you wore an IOU sweatshirt every day, so you just had different colors. You didn't want to wear the same color every day.
Right.
So
too funny.
I'm feeling older.
You should.
And we're in a world now where everybody wants to question everything that's done. Like, what did you wear? You know, or why would you wear that?
Wearing?
Like, you know, Washington, the Commanders, you know, you mentioned that people are going to question what they,
right.
You know, they'll be the commandos, as you said, or something.
Hey, you know something I forgot that I was going to say at the very beginning when we hopped on, and since we can't see comments, I don't know if she'll see this, but today is Kathy Clark's birthday. My favorite aunt today. My favorite aunt. Oh, let's be honest, every day. And so happy birthday to Aunt Kathy.
Good deal. Well, you know, as you just said that, you must have been the lucky charm. Some of the comments are popping up.
Oh,
like Jay Hobbs, $35 for one, 2 for $50. Jay knows about a IOU sweatshirt.
That's hysterical.
You know why? Former merry-go-round manager.
Why does that not surprise me?
Not at all. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Not at all.
And hey, you know, the connections on this show has made a lot of difference in our community. It's helped out organizations. You ready for this?
Yep, let's hear it.
Central Hardin football has been helped out by this show.
Tell me.
They sold strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
My father purchased said strawberries from Jay Hobbs and the Central Hardin football team. Yeah. How did he meet Jay?
Bacon.
Bacon in your mailbox. That infamous breakfast that happened while I was out of town as well. That deal. So, by the way, Jay, you and I need to get together because I have an envelope with cash in it from my father. So I'm hoping it's not like drug money because then that would be awkward.
Thank goodness it's not like a hot check or whatever.
I mean, maybe. Get it while it's going.
Credit card number.
So I'm delivering that and we'll work on that. But you know, everybody wants to complain about something as we mentioned.
Only you. I never complain.
So researchers say that sugar should be regulated as a toxin.
Interesting. I don't know if I've seen that look from you in a while. Do you know what that look said to me? Come on, people.
Because I worry, because I like candy.
Yeah. What if it happens? Everyone will be hoarding all their candy bars.
Well, I mean, if it's regulated as a toxin, and they put the skull and crossbones on candy bars.
Oh no!
I have to think about it a little more. Because they would have to do that, right?
Yes, if they deem it a chemical, yes.
And then now you got the other people are complaining that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they announced the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2022. Okay. And there's a lot of different names on it. Some of them I'm not even familiar with them, but I mean, like Carly Simon, know her, Rage Against the Machine, New York Dolls, Judas Priest, Dionne Warwick, Kate Bush, Steve-O, Lionel Richie, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Which Lionel Richie song was the rock and roll?
Yeah. Eminem. Is Eminem rock and roll?
Eminem. Speaking of that, next week can we talk about that Super Bowl halftime show too?
Oh yeah, because you've seen the meme. Our kids are going to freak out because we're going to be.
I was just as excited about the Super Bowl show than I was about any game, and that has been a while for me. I think. Oh, I don't know. The weekend was good last year. I don't know.
We'll set the standard. Let's see. MC5. Who is MC5?
I don't know.
All right. Eurythmics, A Tribe Called Quest.
Nope.
Fela Kuti.
Nope.
Beck.
Yep.
Pat Benatar.
Oh, yeah.
And Duran Duran.
Oh, yeah.
And here's another one. Dolly Parton is getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, first of all, I'm kind of surprised she isn't already. And I think that proves that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is really the Music Hall of Fame and not really just rock and roll.
Right. I mean, these are the nominees.
Oh, who gets to vote?
I don't know.
Okay.
Rock and roll people?
I would still vote for Dolly. I would still vote for Dolly, even though it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I would vote for her if it were the Hip Hop Hall of Fame.
Right. So there's 17.
Hall of Fame.
The top 5 will be announced in May. I don't fan voting.
Huh?
It's fan voting. That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Send me the link.
I mean, Dolly Parton. I love Dolly. I think her odds of getting in are about 9 to 5.
Working.
That was the worst joke I've ever used. It was a horrible joke.
That was odds are 9 to 5.
I am going to write that down though, because I want to use that one on my radio show today.
No, you can't repeat a bad joke. That's horrible. That's got to be bad luck or bad mojo or something.
What are you talking about? I've been doing that for 22 years. I'm repeating. It's kind of a thing.
You could write like a whole thing. You could write Dolly's odds are 9 to 5. Lionel Richie will vote while he's dancing on the ceiling. I mean, there's got to be a whole, yeah.
Yeah. Voting will go on all night long. Yeah.
There you go.
Hello. Vote for Lionel Richie. Yeah, those. I won't write those down.
Oh, horrible.
All right. Well, I think we need to wrap it up because, we probably need to get our affairs in order because Ice-Mageddon's on the way.
I know. Listen, so charge your stuff and check on your folks, like check on your peeps. Be careful with your dogs outside.
Are you ready for it?
And stay home.
Are you ready?
Listen, I have a backpack full of work to do, both electronic versions and some paper versions in case I need to edit some stuff on paper. And I have a few groceries, so I'm all right.
Don't put the work stuff first. It's Ice-Mageddon. Look, I've got my both paper versions and computer versions. No, do you have flashlights? Do you have candles? Do you have like a secondary source of heat if you need it?
I'm not in charge of that stuff.
Okay.
Mitch is on that.
All right. I've got my plan together. I went and bought a bunch of fuel for the generator. I mean,
listen, I think we're going to be fine. I filled up my car. What else did I do that somebody told me to do? Oh, I stopped by the liquor store. Oh, so anyway.
Why not?
Bring it on.
No. Which I don't know what that says about me, that was like within reach.
I mean, for real, all I have is a mug of coffee.
But by the way, the reason this is in reach, don't judge me. By the way, Yellowstone is a very good bourbon if you don't have Yellowstone.
It's also a great show to binge watch if you are snowed in.
Yep. Shout out to Becky Thomas up at Kroger Wine and Spirits and her display. The Yellowstone display. That's using your needle. Yeah.
So smart.
So the reason that I have the bourbon here is we did our podcast last night, which, by the way, Lyrics and Laughs, available wherever you get your podcast. Releasing at midnight tomorrow morning will be episode number 92, featuring none other than Randy Travis and his number one hit song, Deeper Than the Holler.
I love Randy Travis's music. Like, that's a great song.
Yeah, so we
sure Kenny loved it.
Yeah, right out of the gate, he hated it because he remembered it from working drywall with his grandpa, that kind of thing.
Oh, so, whatever. Get over your bad memories.
Yeah.
Triggers.
Yeah. Shirley, I see her comment here. Man, there you go. It's weird. Not everything's working today. She'll come down to my house if electricity goes off. You know, Shirley, if it messes up and we lose electricity, you come down. We'll be in the camper.
There you go.
Because we got heat there, so we got a plan for that.
Very smart. Very smart.
Good stuff. All right, well, Snowmageddon. Everybody make it through it. Stay safe. Have a good time. Get your work done, Jana.
I will.
That's going to do it for Bacon in Your Mailbox for this Thursday, February the 3rd. Show number 142. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. That there is Jana Clark, community fanatic. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye, y'all.